Wednesday, which means we are back, Poppin' Packs. It's been a while. And look who I'm joined by. It's basically a regular member now of the No Dunks team, Amir Blumenfeld. Amir, how you doing, man?
Good. I think I'm collecting all the types of guests I can be on your show. So the next step would be replacing one of you. I don't know how it works. I'll talk to the game.
Maybe we'll get you on Whoopsies next week or something like that. Or I'm very excited that you came on today because I can get to wear my Lakers James Worthy t-shirt again.
Hell yeah.
You know, I bought this when I had James Worthy come on, and it's just been sitting in my drawer. And I'm like, when am I ever going to wear this again? I finally get a big Lakers man, and I can get to use it. So
I love it. It, and I'm wearing my Celtics green fleece for some reason.
So just quickly for anyone who doesn't know, you grew up a Lakers fan.
Grew up in LA, Lakers fan, then a basketball fan, and now I'm just, immersed in the whole world. I actually just started getting into cards too, so this is like a perfect merging of all my hobbies coming together.
Awesome. Favorite player of all time?
I guess I have to say Kobe. He grew up like me, a Laker fan, and then between the ages of 13 and 33, delivered like 5 championships to my favorite team. Like, you're never going to beat that.
No. I mean, pretty easy to understand. Any kid who was kind of, born, I guess, early 90s and they grew up in their whole life, they only knew Kobe Bryant as a Laker.
20 years.
Yeah.
More than incredible. Half my life.
All right. Well, in case you don't know how this works, I'm sure you do because you've done it yourself. Yep. I got a pack here of SkyBox, Series 2. Of the inaugural edition.
How did you get those? Because I had to purchase a case on eBay. That's how I got all these cards myself. I'm wondering how you got yours and when.
So the answer to that is it could have either been I bought these myself because I've also had to buy some off eBay. And we've had some fans and listeners who have been like, hey, I've got some cards. You want some? And I'm like, yeah, please send them to me. And so they do. But I've noticed like lately trying to buy cards online, it's like crazy. Old cards, the prices have gone through the roof. I spent one day, I bought a Fleer 95, 96 box. I spent $120 on it. And I did not tell my wife that I spent $120 on 25-year-old basketball cards because,
I bought what I thought was a box for $750, but was actually a case, and 20 boxes showed up.
Oh my God.
I had accidentally bought like tens of thousands of cards. I've since sold some of these boxes off because I didn't want to open them all.
Yeah.
I still have some myself. I'm not quite sure what the difference is between, because I bought the SkyBox 91 Series 1. You have the Series 2. So I'm excited to see the difference.
Yeah, well, let's get into it anyway here because we got 15 cards to get to. And let's see how you do. I think you do pretty well with this first one because this guy,
like I'm cheating.
This guy played on every team just about. He played for like 22 seasons. You most remember him from the Atlanta Hawks, I think. He played for the Raptors. Kevin Willis. There you go. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
See
that it looks very similar to the Series 1. I guess, it was the same year, the same designer. I love the very 90s Space Jammy backgrounds.
Yeah. These went out and then they came back in, and now they're awesome. They're awesome to look at. He made one All-Star game, if I remember correctly, the 1992 All-Star game where Magic came back. And
the one in Orlando.
Yes, the one where Magic was. I think he was still I think he was the top vote getter, but of course it was when it was revealed he was HIV positive. So there was some skepticism as to whether or not he should be playing or would be playing, and then played. Okay, well, I think you'll know this next guy too because the Lakers had some big rivalries with this team in the late 80s. He was the point guard for the Dallas Mavericks and a one-time guest here on Poppin' Packs as well.
Oh, is it Derek Harper?
Yeah, 2 for 2. There you go.
He was a Laker when I started watching them in the early 90s as well. We got Derek Harper, and I was always I marveled at the fact that he never seemed to miss a mid-range jumper. He was automatic, like 14 feet.
Yeah, well, look at him there. They've got him post-game press conference sort of scrum there. Look,
completely naked.
Yeah.
You can see the entire bottomless. I should say that I just want to welcome everyone who has been watching the Mars rover landing. I know everyone's switching over.
Oh, yeah.
So, I just wanted to say, hey, how's it going? Congratulations. Thanks for watching the Mars thing. And now we're continuing human history and evolution here, popping packs 2 for 2.
Yeah, we're going backwards just as they're going to the future. We're going to the back in the past. All right, this next guy, you most probably
Jack Sigma.
No, not Jack Sigma.
Okay.
This guy had a great nickname, and also towards the end of his career was known for wearing like the big Oakley sunglasses, mainly for the Utah Jazz. He was a big guy, like
Antoine Carr.
Yeah, there you go, man. You're cooking here. You're cooking 3 for 3.
This is it. This is everything I've been practicing. I didn't know he played for the Kings, but was he wearing goggles there? Not yet.
I don't believe so. No, I think he wore those a little bit later in his career. But yeah, the big dog. Big dog, Antoine Carr, had a great game against the Bulls. I think it was game 5 of the 97 finals, if I remember correctly, where it was in Chicago. The Bulls trying to close it out, and the big dog stepped up. 3 for 3. This is a pretty good start here. I mean, you weren't like going through these packs beforehand, because I think you were saying when you were on our happy hour, like sometimes you get one pack. Yeah. And then the next pack, you would get exactly the same order of cards as well.
It's very, I want to look into that. And I can't find any information about that online either, but it seemed to be like every Magic Johnson also had a Larry Drew in it. And like every, there was these 2 Brads that always appeared or 2 Randys. It was like Randy Allen and Randy something else.
Randy Brewer? Randy Brewer,
yeah. Maybe? Yeah. It was like a Truman Show moment where you start noticing the patterns in the world, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah. All right, this next one.
I'm not cheating, but I am borderline obsessed with these cards. So I'm cheating in that I studied hard by accident.
All right, this next one. All right, there's actually 3 players on this card. It's know, there's one guy's name, but there's 3 players, and it's the Lakers and the Suns. Okay, there's one Laker, and there's 2 Suns. I'll give you the Phoenix Suns, the card, who it is first. He was an undersized center for Phoenix. Mm-hmm. He played really well in 1990 when the Suns actually beat the Lakers in the playoffs in that second round there. Bit of an upset. Big upset, in fact. Lakers had home court advantage. This guy was in the middle. He was only about 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". It's
not Tim Kempton, is it?
No, not Tim Kempton. No. This guy... 6'10" center, undersized, but pretty fairly athletic for an undersized big, and that's what caused some problems against the Lakers there. I think him and KJ
Grant Long.
No, not Grant Long. No. This guy, he's a direction. He's not east or south.
West.
Or north.
Mark West.
There you go, Mark West. Oh, now there's 2 other players on here. Suns teammate went on to coach the Utah Jazz.
Hornacek.
No. He went on to coach the Jazz. He played for the Jazz as well. Had a really little tiny mustache when he.
He had a tiny mustache.
Yeah, I think he was first. I think he was the first coach after Jerry Sloan, I believe, when Jerry Sloan left. Yeah,
and a tiny mustache. You say. He twirled it. He was an evil bank robber.
Yeah, like Hercule Poirot.
A train robber. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Who is it?
Tyrone Corbin.
Yeah. I was imagining a small little man. Oh, okay. So that's what so when you said there's 3 people, I thought it was one of those cards that have like 3. It's attributed to 3 people. That's just a Mark West card with Worthy and Ty Corbin on it. Yeah.
Now I'm just looking at it there. I guess James Worthy's going up there. He's playing defense. That's probably what Mark West is known for. So he's probably not too unhappy there. He's showing what he did to work hard. Do you remember that series in 1990 when the Lakers were upset by the Suns?
I don't. The first Lakers Suns series I do remember, because I started watching maybe when I was 8 or 9 in 92.
Yeah.
The Lakers were the 8 seed and the Suns were the 1 seed. It was Paul Westphal.
That's right.
And Lakers went up 2-0 in Phoenix. And I'm like, holy shit. This ragtag group of nothing Lakers are going to upset Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson. I mean, they went on to the finals. And
that's right.
2-0, and it was best of 5.
Yeah, that was 93, yeah.
And they asked Westphal, like, what are you going to do? And Westphal was like, well, we're going to go there, win 2 games, and then we're going to win game 5 in Phoenix. And that's what they did.
That was crazy because I think James Worthy was coming off the bench, and that was the first team ever to come back. and win a 5-game series after losing the first 2 at home. And
at home,
yeah. And that was, of course, you said there, Barkley wins the MVP. The Suns go to the finals at least. I mean, if they went out in the first round to the Lakers, oh my God, that would have been yeah. All right, this next guy was also an All-Star in 1992. He had like 1 or 2 really good years. I think he won Most Improved Player one time. He had a really unique shooting style. Like he would sort of like jack it up from his hip.
Interesting.
Yeah, and shoot it. Very small, undersized guard.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams. There you go. There. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, one or 2 really good seasons. He averaged like 26 and 10 the season he won.
The Bullets, right?
I think you're right. Yeah, and then he signed that contract with the Nuggets after that. But he that was his high watermark there with the Washington Bullets, and never quite lived up to that big hype after that. All right, another guy here who was a Laker briefly for a couple of seasons. Pretty athletic, high scoring guy. Used to wear the goggles. Not James Worthy though. No longer with us, this guy. He passed away a few years ago.
Jerome Kersey?
No. He came to the Lakers about 1989, and he came off the bench. And high scoring power forward, athletic forward, and his number kind of reflected his name as well.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
His number reflected his name.
Yeah, like his
okay. These are good hints. 4, 5,
no,
6, 7,
no.
19.
It was rare that
James.
it was rare that he wore this number because not many guys wore it back then. Now everybody's wearing this number, but at the time, Orlando Woolridge. There you go.
I didn't know he passed away.
Yeah, he did. He passed away. I think actually quite a while ago now. I think he did pass away, but he was a Laker there for a couple of years. I think he averaged like 27 a game one year. Not for the Lakers, but maybe for the Bulls. Yeah, the Big O, Orlando Woolridge, wearing number 0 before it was cool.
That's
all right, what do you do? Yeah,
he should have worn 00 because his name is Orlando.
Oh yeah,
anything in between.
bookend it there. Okay, this next guy was a twin brother of a player. Now, this guy's son is actually playing really well right now.
Oh, Harvey Grant.
There you go, Harvey Grant. Yeah, that was.
You rarely see the twins where only one is in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Like it's always like both the twins. Like, are there any? I guess like not Lopez. Griffith. No, that's his older brother, right?
Yeah, Tyler. Tyler was his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any twins where one's in the league and the other's like, yeah, I don't really play basketball?
yeah. I'm just trying to think.
Oh, you know what? I read somewhere like this guy was a twin, and it comes out of nowhere because it's like LaMarcus Aldridge or something like that. He has like a twin sister.
Right.
You're like, I guess I never think about twin sisters. Yeah. I don't know if it's specifically LaMarcus Aldridge, but it's someone like that where you have no idea that they have a twin, let alone in the league. Yeah, it's funny.
I saw Horace Grant one day in the Cancun airport.
Wow.
Wearing one of his championship rings as well. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what do I do here? Do I go up and say, hey, Horace, how you doing, man? Like, that's cool. Or do I he's in Cancun, and he was wearing like a tracksuit as well. It was like, he's always ready to play. He was in great shape still. He was a little bit heavier than his playing days, but he was still he still looked like he could go out there and hit that low post and maybe hit that little mid-ranger,
Shout out to Ted Cruz, by the way, also spotted at Cancun Airport today. I found a list. This isn't quite the same. A list of NBA players with twin sisters.
Okay.
Right off the bat, a great one. Anthony Davis has a twin sister.
Wow.
Isn't that fun? Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
Victor Oladipo, twin sister.
Ah, yes. I did know Victor Oladipo. Yes. Yeah.
Gordon Hayward, twin sister.
I wonder if
Sean Marion, Rashard Lewis.
Wow.
Dante Exum. But yeah, Anthony Davis's twin sister. Imagine what, like, all you have to do is imagine Anthony Davis in a wig, but like it could be a completely different person. They don't have to look identical either.
No. And he had that big growth spurt. I wonder how tall his twin sister is. I mean, if they're identical, you expect she's at least 6'5", 6'6", like it doesn't say that.
How great is that? Antoinette Davis. Awesome. Good stuff.
Okay, you're going to get this other one as well. No, this is a pretty good pack. We have got a pretty good pack going here. This guy is famous for being one of the smallest players in the NBA. Won a famous, no, not quite. Won a famous dunk contest. Yeah,
Anthony Webb.
Anthony Webb. That's right. Yeah, that's what he goes by here is Anthony Webb. There it is.
Yeah, I got that one. See, those ones. Have you looked into what the prices of these cards are? Because when I bought the box, I'm like, I wonder what some of these cards are going for. And I don't know if you pull MJs from these ever, but like the Michael Jordan SkyBox are going for like, if they're perfectly rated, graded a 10, are going for like $500 or $600.
That is just absurd to me. Like,
yeah. And you know what they're looking like? You see how that gold border is irregular? Like they dock points for that. That centering is an issue. So with that Anthony Webb, that wouldn't count as a PSA 10. But if you pulled Jordans, do you still have?
I've got some Jordan. Yeah, I've got some Jordans here for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you could send them off, get graded, and sell them on eBay for $600 or $700.
That is crazy because you probably don't know this, but when I was a kid and I had these cards in Australia, I used to sign them myself. Like just, until like my friends like, oh, look, they signed the card,
as them or as you, like you would write Leigh Ellis.
No. I would sign this one as like Anthony Spud Webb or something like that. Say, look, he signed it. He signed it. Even though I bought the cards in a shop in Melbourne where it was like, you were paying like, I don't know, $8 or $9 for a pack of cards back in those days. And I'm like a 14-year-old kid. I didn't have that much money, but I remember coming home and Dad was like, "Where'd you get those?" And I'm like, "I bought them. How much?" I'm like, $30 or $40 for 3 or 4 packs of cards.
How did you even get that money as a 14-year-old in Australia?
Like I had a paper route and stuff like that. You get a bit of an allowance from your mum and dad and stuff. Yeah, you'd sort of just accumulate money. Maybe steal some out of mum's purse every now and again. But look at the back of this, by the way. Look at the back of that. Look at him.
Oh, that is
a handsome dude.
Cute.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Okay, so drops off a little bit here. This guy, not sure who he is, but he played for the New York Knicks. You might remember actually from the Clippers in the early 90s. They had a pretty fun team to watch, and you might remember their point guard,
Quentin Richardson. Oh, yeah.
No, it was they had like Ron Harper. They had
early 90s,
Ken Norman, Loy Vaught, and they had this guy.
Richardson.
Yeah, they had this guy as a point guard, but this might be a guy's brother. In fact, maybe you can look this one up because I'd never heard of him. Greg Grant. I know.
You think he's Gary Grant's brother?
Yeah, there was a Gary Grant. Either. This guy's only 5'7". I think Gary Grant was like 6'2" or 6'3". But yeah,
that's actual size. That card you rarely see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
No, that's what happens as well. I mean, you get a few doozies in these packs, as you know. Okay, well, good.
Usually it's tall white guys that I've never heard of before. Yeah. It's like the guys that are like in the NBA, they don't know how to shoot. They're just 7 feet by accident. They made it to the New Jersey Nets for a year and a half.
Okay, so you're definitely going to get this next one because he's a Hall of Famer, legend, champion, MVP, DPOY. Wow. Was in fact, I believe. No, but the next guy you're going to say after him because this guy,
Hakeem.
He was actually traded, I believe, to the Lakers, but it fell through. And in fact, he was still Hakeem at the time. Here, he changed, or he corrected the spelling of that name in '91.
That one is also worth some money if that's a 10. I looked that one up recently too because I had a bunch of Hakeem Olajuwons. Yeah, that's a cool card.
Oh, that is cool. And he, I believe, after the 1990 season, basically they had traded him, but it fell through for some reason. I can't remember. Oh, he had a medical issue actually. He had like a irregular heartbeat or something. It might have been for that reason, but Hakeem. It was always Hakeem, but they just misspelled it when he came to America, and he just rode with Hakeem.
He's too polite to ever correct him for 4 years. Actually, that's Hakeem. Oh, all right. You want us to change the cards?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like a name like that, still, I guess that one would be worth a bit. But I mean, if someone's in the stream here watching, and they want this card, I'll sell it to you. $200. You can have that card.
Well, the thing is, the raw cards are worth so much less because so many of them are not worth that PSA 10 grade because they're so like they look at these with such a fine tooth comb that odds are it's like a PSA 8 or 9, and so people pay not quite great prices for the raw cards.
Okay, this next guy was a Lakers legend. Briefly. He in game 1 of the 1991 finals, he hit the shot that won the game for the Lakers. He was a big guy. Came over from the Mavericks, played also for the Sonics and Indiana Pacers, but one of the most laid-back dudes you're ever going to get in NBA history. Big lefty.
Michael Thompson?
No, not Michael Thompson.
Smooth Sam Perkins.
Big, smooth Sam Perkins. There he is, yeah.
That's a good-looking card.
Yeah.
Wait, he's on Dallas on my card. So he must have been traded mid-season.
Yeah.
Because I have the Dallas version of that card.
Well, I mean, he was on the Mavericks, and then, the Lakers and the Mavs played in the 88 conference finals, and it went to 7 games. And then the following season was when they traded Mark Aguirre, and it kind of fell apart from then. So I guess they moved on from Sam Perkins. I don't remember who they traded him for, though, to the Lakers. But he, oh, man, like what a laid-back dude. Because I believe he was in the 84 draft. And,
he played with Worthy in North Carolina.
That's right. Yeah. And Jordan, I guess. And there's a book on that draft. And the I can't remember what it's called, but the author talks about how like Sam Perkins was just sort of like never in a rush, even as a college kid, just laid back and big smooth. All right,
doing pretty original stretch 5.
Doing pretty well here, but we've got a couple of doozies here. We'll see how we go anyway. Cheers. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whew. You know what? I'll get you. There's 2 players in this card. You're not going to get whose card it really is, I don't think. So I'll give you the other guy who's in it because you will get him. Just a big hulking man, Hall of Famer, second leading scorer of all time, and he was a Laker. He was a Laker briefly.
The mailman.
There he is. Yeah, he's defending Adrian Caldwell.
Like hell he is. Look at that.
Yeah,
stout defense, not letting Adrian get anywhere.
Do you remember Karl Malone's days in Los Angeles?
Yeah, they started off pretty well, and then he got hurt. But I thought he was playing a lot better than Peyton was. And we looked pretty rough at first, but as he was getting better, we started playing well. And then he got injured, and we just never were able to get him back at full strength. And the Pistons just sort of dismantled the Lakers that year.
I mean, the Lakers were pretty much in the peak of LeBron and Kobe and Shaq hating each other as well at that point. So it was always no, that did not help. Adrian Caldwell. Okay, there he goes. Okay, this next one. I don't know if you've ever heard Skeets talk about this guy who went to his school, an NBA player. When Skeets was a kid, there was a player who went to his school.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, a big man for the Orlando Magic. Big white guy.
Oh, Tom Tolbert?
No, not quite Tom Tolbert. This guy is he's only listed as 6. Yeah, Jeff Turner. There you go. That's a great pull. Yeah, apparently.
I don't know why I know any of this stuff. He went to school with Jeff Turner?
No. He turned up at his school as a hey, there's an NBA player coming, and it was Jeff Turner. And like Skeets growing up in little town of Stratford in Ontario. There, that was a big thrill to have an NBA player. It was just pity it was Jeff Turner.
Quads.
Yeah.
My God. Strong legs.
Okay. Yeah. A couple more here. We've got, you might remember this guy for the Portland Trailblazers. He was like a backup point guard, smallish guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else I can say about this guy. Like, not
Terry Porter.
No, not Terry Porter, but basically Terry Porter's backup. Yeah.
Smallish guy.
Yeah, he was Terry Porter. He's actually listed at 6'4" here. But he was kind of thin, wiry type of guy. Yeah, hit a big shot in the 1990 playoffs. It actually didn't count. It was after the final buzzer, but it would have won the game for the Portland Trailblazers. Bounced around fair few teams. He's not an old guy. He's not an old guy, although he is old. His name is not very old.
Got it. New, something new or young. New young men. Newt Gingrich.
Danny Young.
Would not have known that.
Nah.
Lost that one.
Yeah, not all that memorable player, but yeah, I just remember him from the Blazers when they made the finals. I don't think he was on the team in '92 when they went back and played the Chicago Bulls.
I don't think so either, because that name doesn't ring a bell.
All right, last one here, and it's a coach card.
All right, perfect. Ooh.
Coach card, and Philadelphia 76ers coach on those late 80s teams. I think he was gone by about 91, 92, and his daughter used to work at NBA TV, and now she still works something to do with the Philadelphia 76ers where this guy coached.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I think this guy's still an assistant coach too somewhere, just a basketball lifer.
Whoa.
Yeah. And his
was he an ex-player?
I don't believe so. I don't really remember him, but he his daughter's name is Dee. Anyway, DEI.
D?
Yeah.
D. Whoa.
She used to be.
What's his daughter's last name? Because that'll really guide me towards what I think.
It's the same as him. It's Lynham.
Oh yeah, Jim Lynham.
Jim Lynham. There, look at this man, just like hands in his pockets there.
After that, right?
He did go to the Celtics.
Yeah, I think he was the Celtics coach after that.
Right. Yeah. He
That's a used car salesman. That's not actually Jim Lynham. Yeah.
He
from Glengarry Glen Ross, I think.
Yeah, he I think he's an assistant coach still somewhere now. Maybe even back in Philadelphia. Like he
give it up, Lynham.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I have to hang up the suit.
Yeah, but when you're looking that stylish on the sidelines, I mean,
right.
You don't want to give up. Hey, listen, pretty good pack.
Yeah, that was solid from Orlando Woolridge to Jim Lynham, and then everything in between. I think we had some highs and lows. What was the best card? Oh, Hakeem, yeah.
Yeah, Hakeem for me, definitely. I mean, Hall of Famer like that. I'm just trying to think other Hall of Famers we had. Spud, Webb, no. Perkins, no. Karl Malone, I guess, but it wasn't really his card. I mean, Harvey Grant, Antoine Carr, Derek Harper. No, a couple of all-stars there. Kevin Willis was an all-star. Michael Adams was an all-star.
Solid.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad.
I'll give it a B+, and I'll give my effort a B+ too. There was some in there that I should have gotten. Danny Young. Next time I'm going to get that one.
Yeah. It just depends as well when you really started following the league, because that's when I noticed when I've done it with a few other guys. Like if you get that guy who was like instrumental in their first or second season of watching,
right?
They remember that. But
right.
Danny Young was
stuck around after I started watching in 92, 93 are the ones I remember.
Yeah, see, Danny Young was just a little bit before that. I mean, he was an old guy in 1990, so I don't know if he was even in the league there in 92. So
yeah, probably not. That's what. Yeah, I blame Danny for not sticking around. Otherwise, I totally would have known who he was.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks a lot for doing that, man. That was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, appreciate it. Next pack's on me.
Oh, awesome.
We're gonna open this one together.
Yeah. I've never been the on the other end. I mean, it's like Alex Trebek. Was he ever on the side, of Jeopardy? Like, I don't think so. So,
no.
I'd like to see how I go.
Hell yeah! All right, next time let's do it.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks very much, Amir. See you, buddy.